Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Fucking shut up. Shut the fucking shut up. Time to make some food. Some fucking food. Cause I'm hungry. Some little tomatoes. Tomatoes. Little tomatoes and beans. Come on, little beaners. Little of us. Little Tom Smash in there. Little fucking Tom Smash in there. A little bit of beaners in there. Come on, little beaners. Come on, you know that song. Sing along. That's not the words at all, but beaners. Beaners. Why are you on my sock, dog? You don't even like a beaners. Little beaners, little beaners. Throw in the pants and beaners. I don't, honestly, you have it. You have the, did you go away and think about that while you were gone charging your phone? That you could just have it. You could have it. I don't, you're good. I have zero need for the juice, at all. And, it was given to me. So you may as well just have it. Cause I got a fair whackers of some weights and shit, and they're still in my container stored up. Cause I can't use that sort of stuff out here right now. I just work out off body weight and goat houses apparently. So you know, sweet of you to go away and think about that, but no, you're good. You don't need to barter with anything. You can actually just have them. I actually just don't need them at all. I think the bro thought that I still vaped for whatever reason. I have no idea why, because I haven't vaped in like 2 years. Just shows how observant some people aren't. Anyhow, you can actually you can have them straight up. You can just have them. Where's he? What is your problem? What are you barking at? Shush, please. I'm gonna give you a fussy with a chendol soon. Bro. Excuse me, guys. Where's? What is your problem? What? Nothing. Now I'm looking at you. That's what I bloody thought. Dinner. Ugh. Dogs are acting like they haven't even had their dinner, and they have already fed them. Little fuckers. Excuse me, dog. Excuse me. Oops, Daisy. You're funny, Coda. Chop some mushies. Mushies. Yeah, I'll let you know when I next come to town, but depending on when my cousin comes back, really, when that is. Could be Tuesday, could be Thursday, could be sooner. Because if she comes back, I'll be shooting into town to fill the car up with gas, because I have to shoot down to the Waikato and go see my dog and take her some things. But yeah, if she's not back by then, ASAP that is, I will be shooting into Whangarei again on Tuesday or Thursday for weekly dog food for these animals. They're currently at my feet, thinking they want to eat mushroom. Yeah, usually I don't come in that often, but because I'm here getting the dog food for these guys, I have to go in every week. Mushroom. Have you had dinner, or was your heart your food earlier? Yeah, I make them food on the rig. I do make them food on the rig, but I either need to go for a hunt, which to be fair, I am well overdue on. So I kind of need to go for a hunt because they had the rest of the turkey that I had in the freezer from. I don't know if you were around for those live streams when I got the turkey and stuff with the bro Josh, but yeah, we went and got some turkeys, and so they just finished that off yesterday, I think. And so now we're just back down to the old die measures. Pam's dog food. So I really need to go for a hunt, but catch them some stuff to eat themselves. Excuse me, Bubba. I really need to fix the fucking no door handle for my cousin, but it's on a list of about 1,000 other things to fix for her before she comes back. I fixed two of the things that she didn't ask to be fixed, but clearly needed fixing. Like, one, you need running water, and two, you need power. She thought she had power by having power from like 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. There's not power. Clearly I'm using a lie. I'm charging my phone right now. I have power. Like, there's a big difference to being able to charge shit at nighttime and use lights than it is to just having 4 hours of power a day that seem ridiculous. Considering there's like 6 massive solar panels and like 4 batteries, I just thought something's got to be wrong. And sure enough, something was wrong. So I fixed that, and she's got power now, and the water doesn't leak, so the water pump isn't going and using the fucking solar every 15 seconds. So yeah, obviously more power there, and obviously more water. So yeah, we're getting there on fixing things that she didn't ask me to fix, but that you actually need. But yeah, I probably should go for a hunt, catch some possums and maybe a couple of turkeys. I've seen some on the side of the road today when I was going to town, and I thought, if only I had the gun. Naturally, we don't travel with those things in the car. At least we're going up to the bros, just up the road or something, like. And as I say all the time, up the road is like 10 k's to the bros, because nothing is local to here. And when I say the bros, there's like one person that I refer to, and that's old Alex up the road with his sawmill that I help him with and shit. I swear one of my goats ran off to his house. Like, swear it. And when I was up there the other day, I was talking to him about it, and I swear one of my goats took off up here with the cows that day. And he was like, could have, because there's heaps of goats up here. Anyway, as I was leaving that particular night, of all heaps of nights that I've left there, I see this one goat, and she's standing on the hill, and she's looking at me, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like, I fucking swear you're my goat. And she's looking at me like, no, I swear you're going to try and put me in your boot. Needless to say, I didn't try and put her in the boot because I could tell that she was. But all the wild ones up there, they'll run. Like, the second that you pull your car up or something, they'll run. But she didn't run. She stood there staring at me, and I was like, I swear to God, it's because you were bottle fed, bitch. Yeah, she's just too pink to be a wild goat. That's all. Just casually making these freaking nachos. I don't know why I always do this, but I always make. Am I going to eat that? Let's be real. Am I going to eat all that food? No, I'm not. I'm most definitely not going to eat all that food. You know what? Still going to throw some more beans in it, because, like, when is there enough beans and shit? Probably when there's too much food for you to eat, but, And that's how I make dog food, guys. What do you want, Curtis? She's like, I want your nachos. Scared of the fucking can. Oh, hey, sissy dog. Drain that. Yeah, shush, big mouth. You wanna eat kidney bean juice, you weird chickens. You weird chickens. Yeah, it's kidney beans. Yeah, have an actual kidney bean. Look, here. There's a kidney bean. Look, have it. You weirdos. You weirdos. There's some of those bad boys in there. Should be right. Probably throw some celery in there too, instead of just always feeding it to the goats. It might be good for me. And see, like, way too much food. But anyway. Anyway, what can you do? Good. That's what I want. Throw some water in there because I'm not ready to eat anytime soon. Well, anytime soon, I mean like the next 20 minutes. So throw that in there. Give that a mix around. Some herbs and spices in there. Should be fucking good as gold soon. Looks almost like a curry, but you wait. It won't look like that soon. Bomb. Turn some heat up to get rid of that moisture because no one wants a runny fucking nacho. But we do want all that stuff to be nice and soft. Sure. Yeah, it's funny. I make nachos and I make them like traditional vegetarian because, believe it or not, I don't know if I've told you, but nachos were traditionally made vegetarian in like the famine and whatever times, you know. Anyway, I make them like that. And usually I'll use eggplant, but I didn't get an eggplant today because the supermarket didn't have none. Usually I get an eggplant just to bulk it up. And the eggplant absorbs all like the colour and flavouring of everything else. And so it turns out kind of looking a bit like mince, depending on how you cut it, you know. And so the debate is when I cook nachos, all the bros are like, bro, it's got mince in it. And all the people that know, they're like, no, it doesn't. And there's like always this debate on whether my nachos have mince or no mince. So I just casually clean the bench while I'm chatting to you. Chickens are having a scrap outside. I can hear them. Bloody hell. Never ends. Perfect. Sizzling away, that's what we want. You know, I reckon that could probably feed like 4 people. No joke. Not even joking. I don't know what it's in. Yeah, you're right, Albie. Show your face. Fucking goat. You don't want nachos. Although he'd probably eat half of what's in there. Beans and celery and shit, that reminds me. Celery. Not many people like celery, and I'm not really a huge fan, but I did buy a big ass fucking thing of it, so I should probably eat some of it. It's properly good. Instead of just buying everything for the freaking goats. Celery's gross on its own. I don't know how those people eat it with like peanut butter and stuff by itself. Honestly, something else. It's like demonic behavior. Are you one of those demonic people? Just picks up a celery and eats it. I watched this video. Worst wasted 38 minutes of my life. But I watched this video of these people eating a whole celery, like stalk and all. They did have a celery farm, and they were adamant that they were going to beat these other people who ate it in like 24 minutes or something. Needless to say, they didn't eat it in 24 minutes. And they just made their celery look really shit because they couldn't even eat their own celery. And they grew that. What do you want, Wazzy? The fuck are you even barking at, bro? Yeah, definitely don't eat fucking celery on its own. There's something sort of like metallic, or I don't really know about the taste of it, but with other things, definitely I'll eat it. As long as I can't really, like, I can't have too much, you know, like I couldn't just have like a celery curry or something, like celery soup, celery and potato. No. I'm a pretty good master at like disguising foods in foods, like feeding kids and like fussy eaters. And then when I tell them what's in it, they're like, no way. And I'm like, yeah, actual. Yes, there was celery and onion and eggplant and everything that you said you didn't like in that meal. It just doesn't taste like that because, you know, you balance it. Sure, a bit of celery. Save these bits for the goats. It's their favourite. Their absolute favourite bit is the leafy bits. Turn it down a little bit. Not that much, it sounds like it's having a fit. There we go. Starts going. Sounds like sort of like a machine gun or something. And what really sucks is every week I go to town since I've been house sitting, I keep forgetting to buy salt and pepper, and my cousin took all of that shit with her and left like mixed herbs. Who takes every herb, spice, and everything you have with you when you go camping? I mean, I kind of know I sort of do, but like, I wouldn't leave the house barren, I guess would be the word I'm looking for, like barren of herbs and spice. Not even salt, not even, no. Because it's not something that I usually have to buy. Like, usually it's something that you just have in your house for like months and months until like you start running out. But I just keep forgetting about it. What the fuck you want, fool? I don't even know what he's barking at. He's legit sat through a doorway right there in the house, and he's on the bed, and he's just like looking through the gap like, arr, arr. Yes, it's getting thick. That's what we want. That's what we want. And then only the best chips, they don't sell anymore, which is, you know, of course, CC's. Only CC's be tasting like these. I got the second best. Second best. I don't know what your preference is. Some people love Doritos. Some people love whatever those other chips are that I can't think what they're called right now. But those are my go-to every time. Special or not, kind of like that. That's what I'll get every time. We don't want it to burn. Give it a nice stir around. Because as you can see, it's pretty fucking high heat trying to get all that moisture out of there and soften those veggies. Sure, let's go, man. What's your favourite meal of all time? Like, whether it's cooked by a restaurant or, like, if you could have whatever it was, someone else cook for you if you can't cook it yourself. What is your all-time go-to favourite meal? And is it from a certain place? Like, you have to go to Lone Star to get it, you know, like... Can't think of any other restaurants right now. Other than hotel restaurants, but like... Yeah, I fed this to Alex the other week and he didn't... We're having a debate before I left on live chat whether I should tell him that there's meat in it or not. And the quota was not to tell him. So I didn't. And he got the whole way through it and he didn't even say anything about whether it's got meat in it or not. He was like, "Oh, this is meat, yeah, oh, yeah." Didn't even share it with his dog, the sad guy. Who does it? Homemade pizza. Oh, yeah. This is our shitty little oven here, and it's a gas oven, so at the back you can see this piece of tinfoil that we have in here. I don't know if you've seen one of these before, but the heat only comes from the center at the back. So although you technically can cook like or bake things like that in it, it's a real feat. You have to like every 5 minutes turn the thing and then shut it back in because otherwise it just burns at the back in the middle. So although we have an oven, like things like homemade pizza made well, I do miss. I have made it on the fire a couple of times, but again it's hit or miss, you know. Like if you turn away for a minute, you're gonna come back and the back is black, like the bottom is just charcoal. Sort of like unless you got a grinder to grind the base off, it ain't no good to anyone anymore. So yeah, it is like you really got to keep an eye on it. But if you do it well, it is good. But yeah, I do miss a good old fucking homemade pizza. Baking is one thing that I really miss being able to do. Whenever I go down to the Waikato, I stay in an actual house down there, and they got like 2 bathrooms, and it's like amazing. And I like live it up like I'm in a freaking 5-star hotel for like the week because it's like I just don't often have the luxury of being able to use an actual normal bathroom that's connected to the same building as the one that I'm staying in, you know, like, yeah, so when I go down there, I bomb their kitchen, bro. I'm like, bro, you guys aren't cooking, I'll do breakfast, lunch, dinner, like, I'll make dessert, I'll make the neighbors cakes, like, I'm in there like swimwear, you know what I mean? Like, not lying, like, straight up, you could ask the neighbors out there, I make them cakes, everything that I can, like, I'm all about the kitchen, so I definitely miss having a full kitchen that I can abuse the hell out of. What can I say? But I make do with what I've got, and I like to think that I make some pretty decent food, considering it's kind of limited options. One, in ingredients and where you can go to get those ingredients if you don't have what you need to make what you want to make, but also in the way that you can cook things. You know, it's either the fire or this trusty old bad boy right here, which isn't always the greatest. I mean, this element here doesn't even want to go on the other side for whatever reason. This one doesn't either. Oh, that 3 jobs are fixed: the water, the power, and this, because this didn't even go either. They had this other one that was sitting on top of the actual workbench, and I was like, I can't. There's not even enough room for that. What's going on, old boy? Fucking hell. You want a treat or something? We want a treat. Here, I'll give you a treat. Look, what's this? What's this one? Yeah, what's this? I got a treat for you. Oh, where's it? Don't run away, Dick. Come here. Where's who? Where's? Come on. Hello, there you go. One for you and one for you. Good boy. Stop barking now, you hear? Bloody loud motherfuckers. Oh, do you have a favourite dessert? I think my favourite dessert would be like caramel dumplings or something, like homemade, of course. Yeah, we get it pretty good now, chat. Pretty good now. It's getting nice and thick, not so runny. 5 minutes and we'll be rock and rolling. Alrighty. What you want, Willis? That's not my fault. You're a pig and you hate yours, and he still has his. Okay, that's your fault. Take it home with it next time. No? He's old. It's not his fault. Leave him alone. Alright, go plate. These dogs down here. Coda well finishes. Wazzy's still just sort of eating the last of his treat. Coda's like, any crumbs? Any crumbs? Good boy. Good boy, Wazzy. Fucking animals, man. She's the most hungiest dog I've ever met in my life. I'm not gonna lie. Like, hands down, the most hungiest dog I've ever met in my life. You know, I don't think she's got worms, but she don't. Yeah, boy, she done. Chipperoonies on there. You can't have a chip, dog. You just had your treat. What are you looking at me like that for? And you had your dinner? Yeah. Fucking tough life, mate. I had to watch you eat dinner. Oh, you're good, bro. You're good. Alright, look out, pet bum. Look out. Alright. Yeah, that looks good as shit. I didn't get tasty this week because I was hard and fast and I didn't actually think about it until afterwards, and I was like, why? Why did you get shitty? Eat them. No, it's not shitty, but it's just not tasty, you know? Not tasty, like it tastes alright, but it's not tasty cheese. But these chips are. So I guess it sort of weighs itself out, right? Yeah, good as. Great some cheese, and then we got the old traditional sour cream. I guess. What's the nearest servo or like gas station to you? Or is there a gas station close to you that you can get to, or like what's the nearest thing to you? Like, for me to be able to drop you these fucking vape things. That way I can put it into my to-do list to do when I go to town next. BP. The only BP I know that I've ever seen in Fang is I think down by Riverside. But I know you're meaning like way further north. But just funny because I haven't actually been that far. I'll have a Google anyway when I jump off live chat after dinner and shit, and I'll have a little look see at roughly where I gotta go to, because as I said, I never go out that side of town, so I have to have a look and see where exactly I'm heading. Actually, it'd be easier to take my plate to there. I try to just do like one loop, you know, like try and put everything in so I can head in, do my circular shit and be heading out the other side. If I can plan it before, that'll be ideal. You'll be able to get to like the nearest gas station or something to you, to make it easy. If not, I can drop it to your place or whatever, but there's way too much food on my plate, but I don't give a fuck. If you don't have a car or whatever, I'll just fucking meet you. I'll just come drop on your road or whatever. I'll meet at your place. I don't really care. It doesn't bother me. I'm not trying to ask for your address or anything. You know what I mean? Online is a bit weird, but yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll let you know. I'll definitely do it live before I come into town and catch you, and we'll arrange it, or I'll fucking flick you my phone number or something, and you can message me on the day that I'm coming in or something, you know, make it easier. But yeah, I don't mind if I have to drop it off, it's all good. I know what it's like not to have a fucking vehicle, or even just a reliable one. I've only just really got my vehicle sort of back on the road, and to be honest, it still needs 2 new tyres on the front and a waffer to reg, because it hasn't had one of those in like 3 years. It's been rego on hold. But it did need a windscreen, and it did need like fucking brakes and a rotor, like, I don't know, like 3 grand's worth of repairs, but I've just managed to sort of get all that done, fortunately. So hopefully I'm gonna have a legal car soon. I'm so excited. Been a while. Oh yeah, well, if we have to meet at the gas station, I'll pay for your gas or whatever. But we'll definitely figure it out when the day gets a little bit closer. Yeah, I don't mind checking you like fucking 10 or 15 or something for some gas or whatever. Can't really have you paying for it if I said I'm going to give you the fucking vape juices for free now, can we? Just in my opinion. Hardly makes them free now, does it? No. You're right. Straight up. I'll pay for the gas. As long as 10 or 15 will be enough. I'm not a baller, but if I say I'm going to give you something for free, I kind of feel like it should be free. You shouldn't have to pay for the gas. considering I got it for free, I feel like it's what I have to do, you know? To make myself at peace with the universe, per se. I don't know. Keep my karma low. And it's better to go to someone else and go in the landfill, which is where the bro would have thrown it, because he wasn't going to be using it no more. So, you know, one, we're saving the landfill. Two, whatever. I said I'd fucking give it to you for free because it didn't cost me nothing. So we'll figure it out. And if you need any eggs before I come into, remind me the day before. Because we got heaps of eggs out here, obviously, with this many chickens. So I've got plenty of eggs if you need any spare eggs. Hey, Coda. We have so many eggs, you guys even have them for your dinner, don't you? Yeah. You get beef and eggs and bacons. Yeah, I just bought them some more bacon today. Oh, dogs. Spoiled dogs. Where is it? Where's the bacon? Bought them a different brand this time. I bought them some old fucking medallion bacon this time around. Still human grade, you know, family value, and they're part of the family, so. Your tea. Did you eat any of it before it got full of sandflies? I mean, I'd share mine. I've got plenty, but one, by the time you could get here, it'd be cold, and two, by the time I could get to you, it'd be cold. So I mean, it's kind of pointless offering. Yeah. Oh, I like a hot drink. It's funny how they go for those. My coffee too. Like if I leave a coffee outside, full of bugs. But if I leave a water outside, not full of bugs. It must be like, I don't know, the sugar or something, or the milk. I don't really know. But I do notice that when I leave a coffee out on the deck, full of fucking sandflies, full of them. Madness. Like swimming in sandflies, eh? Madness. Same with when you just finish painting a wall in the evening. Just finished Montez coat, and then down. Next morning you come in and it's full of fucking black little bugs all over your paint job. Wesley, what are you barking at? This dog, man, this dog, he's hard work. Where's? Where's he? He is fucking loudmouth dick. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I replied to your message. Just now. Yeah, he's barking up a storm. Where's the old boy? Yeah, I'm a painter by trade. That's what I actually do for a living when I actually go to work. Qualified master painter. You are most welcome. Sorry, it took a minute. It came through and I tried to reply, but I don't know. Reception's been a pain in my toenail today, so it didn't actually send. But you should have the reply now. And I think just do it. Buy the fucking dinner, just do it. That's what I think. Cause like, here's mine. Here's my dinner. So I think if you want to buy something to them, buy it. I can send money for soon. Send you some money if you need some money. I don't know. Nah, I haven't. Can't say as I have seen them around. I would I would share. Like, there's plenty of dinner here, Emma. Unfortunately, like I just said to the Broeen here, unknown, it would be cold by the time I got it there, and it just wouldn't be the same. We gotta eat this shit fresh. I'm sorry, but look, here we go. I'll have a bite for you, homies that can't have any. Mm. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty damn good. Well, you take it as it comes. In that case, I'm going to wrap it up in this paper envelope that I got right here. Hold on, wait a minute. And hope it's together, and I'm gonna fast post it tomorrow. Same delivery. I hope the paper holds together. I kid. I'll cook you nachos when I get down to the Waikato. Keep telling everyone I'm going down to the Waikato soon. I'm actually going down to Emma's house in the Waikato. So I will cook you all the nachos and abuse your kitchen like I've just said that I do when I come down there. You know, all day I don't need a tip to cook it as long as I got a kitchen. I'm in there like swimwear, straight up. I'll make breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert. I'll cook 5 days straight. I'll kick your mum straight out that kitchen like, bro, get out. Psh, my turn, bitch. Move, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. That's me with a kitchen, hands down. Hands down. Not gonna lie. Hey, Emma. That's me with the kitchen, eh? Your mum's like, I'll do dinner tonight because Sam's cooked for like 5 days in a row. And I'm like, nah, it's all right. I'm still cooking. I got a plan for tonight, though. Don't worry. No, your 3 dinners on rotation. Yeah, I'll make you like 23 dinners on rotation. Fuck, I love cooking. I love it. This fucking sad shit. This fucking sad state of affairs. What the fuck? Oh, mate. I mean, I love it. I love it considering that, you know, I don't really have an option and I can technically cook things in it. Like muffins and pizzas. But it just takes so much more effort with the rotation. And finding goddamn pans, actually, that fit in that motherfucker. Everything's like your own homemade goddamn tinfoil fucking tray. Even the Temu tray's too big. And we all know Temu trays come like this big, eh? 100%. Not gonna lie. You're right. It is definitely the best option when you're off-grid. 100%. That and the fire, better than any other cookers there are out there. And me on both of those, definitely better than any other cooker out there. Nah. Stop it. Don't talk to me about air fryers, Mr. fucking luxury power plugger inner. If I plugged in an air fryer right now, we would be dead in an instant, eh? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Definitely smash the fucking gas. Worse than a fucking Auckland huffer. Or is it? I don't know how you huff gas, okay? Because I'm not a huffer, so sorry about it, but I tried. Air fryers. They are really good, and I abuse the fuck out of Emma's and her mum's one when I go down there. Don't get me wrong. Bro, I make all sorts in that air fryer. Like, I'm down to throw like 3, like, you know, at the warehouse, you can buy like those Cadbury bars that aren't like Cadbury bars this long, but the big square ones. I'm down to throw, hear me out, chat. I'm down to throw 3 of those in the bottom of no fucking pan, no liner, just fucking throw it in the bottom of the pan, okay? Take that little grate thing out that fries the air. Fuck frying the air, bro. I just want like a turbo oven, okay? So I want to throw 3 fucking chocolate bars in the bottom of that shit. Like 20 Mars bars or 20 fucking Snickers bars in with that shit. And maybe half a bottle of cream. Give it a good old stirry magoozy roundy botsy boozies. Let it fucking cook away till like, I don't know, fucking it reaches a decent 180, 220 temp sort of thing. And then pop it open. Give it a little mix of goozy again. Shut it back up for 5 minutes and pour it out on like one of those beautiful rubber trays that I've never had in my life that I dream about owning. You know, pour it out on that. Leave it alone. Leave it alone, Sam. Fucking leave it alone. Because I'm the worst at like, I just want to taste it. And then ruin the whole setting process, you know. Just leave it the fuck alone, Sam. Leave it. Leave it alone. And then wait like 6 hours. And then have like a giant bench-sized fucking Snicker bar. Bro, you just roll me up inside that thing. And I could just eat my way out. What could I say? What a way to die. What a way to die. What a way to diabetes. I just have so many hopes and dreams with an air fryer, but when I say I abuse Emma's, I don't quite abuse it that much, but those are the dreams that I have before I arrive. But I make all sorts in there, like Nutella scrolls, potatoes filled with, like mashed potato filled with gravy, like breadcrumb fried, and throw that in there, like balls of that. Like, we make loads of stuff in there, but man, would I love to abuse the fuck out of that by just pouring a load of shit in there and just fucking seeing what happens. I want to fuck around and find out with the air fryer, but you know, it ain't mine. So I'll just stick to these diabetes dreams that I got over here. Diabetes. Ah, stop it. Wesley's getting too animated because I'm getting too animated. You know, he's like, diabetes. Even he thinks it's funny. Hey, Wesley. Wesley. If I look at him, he just looks at me. He's like, and then when I walk away, he's like, oh, Wesley. This dog, man, he's so nice. Oh, Wesley. The second I look away, he barks. Diabetes. Wesley. He's a fucking big mouth today. I really don't know what's got into the dog. I feel like it's because I haven't covered him in a blanket yet and it's already bed o'clock for him. That and I won't share my dinner. And I can't really think of why else he might be upset. That's it. That's all I've got. Any other ideas? You're welcome to drop them below. I nearly forgot the best part. How? Shit's spicy. How did I forget that? Ooh. Kind of looks like a bum. Call me 5. It's okay. Where's he? Fucking dog. Yeah, boy, and then he forgot the sour cream. sour cream. Can't be doing that now, can we? Terrible. So what's for dinner in your house, Emma? What are you putting? What are you guys getting for your takeaways? Tell me. Can't get no takeaways here. Way too far. Whoa, what? No, not allowed. High school. Unless high school was like last year, like that's not allowed. What? High school? Nah. No. You're kidding, eh? Who doesn't eat nachos? I don't eat them anywhere near as often as I do. Or as often as I'd like to, sorry. Maybe like once every, I don't know, 3 or 4 months or something. Sometimes a little bit longer than that, but... Brr. Do you not like them? Are you like against the nacho? A nacho's not your friend? Why the hate for the nachos? You have food, not nachos. Fair. Fair enough. I feel like I need to give you some of my homemade nachos sometime. Maybe I'll plan to make them the day before I come in. And then I can give you vape juice and some bomb as fuck nachos. And then you could say they've had nachos since you were at high school. And authentic actual Mexican nachos, like to the fucking recipe. I'm not even kidding. I think Emma's left now, but like if she was still here, she could attest nachos are bomb. I mean, she even said she wanted them cold. Ooh. I don't know if I'd want them cold. But yeah, no, they're pretty good. Not blowing my own trumpet, but they're pretty good. What do you want, dog? Where's? I really don't know what his problem is. What? Do you want to go out the house? Fuck off then. Go on. There's no one here. There's not. There's fucking no one here, bro. I've heard no one come up the road and there's no lights. Fucking dogs being this smarter, eh? You would hear anybody coming here for miles away. There's gravel roads either side and there's only one road. And being that we own 55 acres here, that's a lot either side of us. As if we wouldn't know if someone was coming down the road, mate. Or had pulled it in our driveway. Come on, dickheads. Hey, Mr. Pisser. Come on. I feel like they're making me have to go for a hunt. I think they're finding possums. It's going to be a whole turkey and fucking possum hunt tonight and tomorrow morning. Some fresh dog dinner. I put the turkey on the fire the other day, cooking it up. Oh, mate, it was not ideal. What? Good boy, Wes. Where's your sister? Hello, Coda. Good dogs. Good boy, LB. Good mate. Right, let's move. Let's move. Let's cover that first. Alrighty, it's all covered. Let it cool down. There we go. Come on. Let's go to bed. Yeah. Morning. Let's move. Come on. Good boy. Good girl. What do we have to tidy up in here? Nothing-ish. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Move, Bubba. Okay, listen this. Goodbye, light. And we in the dark. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. In the dark. Let's go in the dark. Let's go. Oh, shit, what was that? Fuck knows. Fuck knows. Who knows? Let's go in the dark. We made it to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Excuse me. Excuse me. Bloody dog. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Can we plug in? Oh, can we plug in? Mukbang. Who's keen on a mukbang? Mukbang. Mukbang. I could. But no, I don't. Spicy. With solar be dead. That's what I mean when we're out here, we're off grid. Usually when it's dark, it's dark. There's a light. It's little. And the dogs are in bed. I don't know if you can see, but that's one log. And there's another log. And the lights off, it's bedtime. So I just have this torture maroony. That's pretty creepy actually. That's pretty gross. I feel like I should do this just 24/7 now. Yeah, I could turn the lights on, but that was actually pretty creepy. Pretty creepy. Oh, that's a bit better. I dished myself so much fucking food. I don't know how I'm gonna eat it. I don't know what I was thinking. I do, because when I was dishing it, I was like, it's gonna be way too much food. But I did it anyway. It's like a kitty-sized plate of like a monster's proportional size. Although, oh, you can't really see, but I've kind of eaten. I've eaten a lot. I have eaten a lot. It doesn't look like it. Blair Witch, yeah. That was that movie where they were like, and it was all like, what's the word? Like hand-corded? Camcorded? I don't know. that takes me back a while. Blair Witch Project. That was a pretty funny movie. I remember my boyfriend at the time being scared of it. Scared of Blair Witch. And what was the other movie he was scared of? House on Haunted Hill or something. And I think there's like this scene in the movie and it's got like this water tank or something. And it's clear sighted so you can see um into the tank of water. And there's a girl in there. And at first I think it sort of might look like she's swimming around. But then she turns around and then she just opens her mouth. She's underwater, like she doesn't even scream or anything. And my boyfriend was like, ah! So funny. It was so funny. He was funnier than the movie, but yeah, I think because of my childhood that I went through it. I think things like that in real life was scarier than a movie to me. But yeah. I to this day have not found a single horror movie that has scared me. Not gonna lie. Not a thriller. I've had a few thrillers make me think like that is pretty fucked up. Like that is crazy shit. Some that are like that is pretty chilling, but none that have actually been like horrifying or actually scared me, which is pretty messed up. That is pretty messed up, I think, to not be horrified by horrors when that is their whole genre. But I don't know. I was watching like WWE and fucking what's the other one? WWF or whatever it was, Worldwide Federation wrestling and shit. Although that's faking gay and we all know that now, but I was watching that from like 5, 6 years old. I was raised by my brother and my dad, so I don't know. Maybe that has a part to do with the fact that I've never found a movie that scared me. But like I said, I have seen some pretty fucked up movies. One being what was it called? Antichrist. Have you seen Antichrist? That's a thriller that really got me like whoosh. And the other one would be a Serbian film. Yeah, those two movies, they really had me like, that is some twisted shit. That is some twisted shit. And then there's movies like oh god, what is it called? Like The Island or like Fight Club. You know, the ones where it's like you're not sure whether it's like one person or two people or whether there's other people with that person or like what's actually going on, and then at the end you find out it was like all just one person or like one person's perspective or like thriller, like psychological thrillers and stuff, you know, like it's just got like a crazy twist at the end, like crazy plots and stuff. Like those are the kind of movies that really more so get me than horrors. I know heaps of people that can't watch scary movies though, so I mean, I'm not surprised that you say that, to be honest. For a time there, like my mum and my nana and stuff, they've all been real spiritual, and I don't mean like as into like Jesus Christ or like a certain religion. I mean as in like do weird things like readings and things that I always thought were like just fucking woo 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 woo. But turns out, as I've grown older, I still believe that some of those things are a little woo 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 woo. But spirits, like not necessarily spirits, whatever you want to call it, energies, like you feel things that you know are definitely messed up. Yeah, 100%. That's you know exactly what I'm talking about. No, because like that whole spiritual side of things, that scares me more than horror movies, I guess, because like I done seen some shit. I done been around some shit. I messed around with some shit. Yeah. I've heard stories about some shit. Obviously, first-hand experience that too. Yeah, so horror movies, like, they're kind of like, they don't really do it for me, but those psychological ones that really get you thinking, they're the ones that really mess me up. But spirits and stuff, that's, yeah, because my family's like sort of like always dibbled and dabbled in weird and mysterious things and stuff. I always kind of like pushed away from it because I just thought like my family's fucking, they're abusive pieces of shit. They're all fucking crazy, you know? Turns out, well, obviously not. And I watch a lot of like near death experience stories and like random things like that. And like that's the kind of like feeds and stuff that I watch on my YouTube. Like you go through it's a pretty dark deep dive when you go onto my YouTube channel. Not gonna lie, when I'm with some mates, like when I go down the Waikato, and Emma's like, "Oh, do you want to watch anything on YouTube?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, let's go through your feed though," because like, and like a couple of times she's been like, "Oh no, my phone's flat. We're just gonna use yours," and she'll like scroll through, and she's like, "I'm just gonna charge my phone." There's some pretty deep dives in there about people coming back from like the other side and like weird stuff that makes me way more freaked out and also somewhat less freaked out than horror movies, but yeah, this world is full of some out the gate shit, that's for sure. Do you remember anything like specifically from when you were younger that you used to see? Do you still see and feel things now, or is it just like you've tuned that out because you know you go to school and they tell you that's just your imaginary friend and those things don't exist and you're crazy, and so you sort of like start blocking it out until like one day it's like bam, and then all these weird things start happening again. That's what happened for me. I don't really remember seeing stuff as a kid, but my parents told me stories about certain things, like how I used to always sit on this one chair in our conservatory, in my granddad's conservatory, and I'd be chatting to Margaret. And Margaret was my nana. I've actually got a middle name. And I'll be chatting to her from like 18 months old and I could hardly even talk, you know. And I'd always just like mumble out something that resembled Margaret until I got to the age where I could say it's Nana Margaret. And they were like, the fuck, like that bitch died like 3 years before you were born. Like, how are you talking to your nana? And it was weird because my dad would get these weird headaches when I'd be out on the deck. And so it got to the point where like, if dad got a weird headache, he'd just come out and be like, Sam, just get away from the conservatory. Cause like whatever energies or whatever was there, like he couldn't be around it or whatever. Cause it would like give him a headache. It was out of it. But yeah, he'd find me chatting to his mum on the conservatory in what was her old chair that nobody ever sat in anymore but me as a kid. Weird. Oh, that's out the gate. Yeah, that's out the gate. I've had TVs and things like that turn on when there's been no power. Like no power whatsoever, you know, and like all of a sudden the TV's turn on full blaze in the middle of the night. Not to a channel, just like static. Oh, yeah, that'll creep you out when you're 14. Yeah, that'll creep you out. Was that before or after your eye accident that happened? Because you said that was when you were like 14, didn't you? Crazy. So going back earlier, you said like I asked you if you had any of those weird moments in life where you felt like you shouldn't have been in a certain situation, but you still like put yourself there or whatever. Did you have any of those moments before your accident? Was that just like you were just a kid in the wrong place at the wrong time, didn't know about it, didn't think about it, weren't aware? Yeah, like the white lights, white guardians or whatever they're called. I've seen this real out the gate white thing. And it was funny because me and my boy cousin, we both seen it. And I was standing in his lounge facing his back window. And he just got up from the couch over here to go to the window to shut the blinds. Anyway, so I'm facing that way and I'm chatting to him. And then as we're chatting, I just was like, the fuck did I just see? And at the same time that I went, the fuck did I just see? He turned and looked dead at me like, the fuck did I just see? And I'm looking at him like, looking back at where I just seen this thing, like, bro, the fuck did we just see? I was like, tell me what you seen, cuzzy, and I'll tell you what I seen. He was like, no, you tell me. And I was like, okay. So I described the legs first, and I was like, it was like goat legs, but sort of like dog legs, but like they were backwards, but like upright. And he was like, and it was white, and it was like taller than the window. And I was like, oh my God, you seen the same thing that I did. And both of us were like, the fuck? It gave us both chills. He just ran to his back door. Like, we didn't know if it was good or bad or ugly, but it didn't feel that good. He ran to his back door, like slams the door shut, puts his pot plant in front of his back door, and then no shit, we're sitting in the lounge, and at this point, I've turned my whole body to the face of the doors that are open. Never mind the window that this thing ran past. I'm just facing the doors, and my cousin's facing the doors, and we're both freaking the fuck out. Anyway, thought we were safe, right? He put the pot plant in front of his door, even though the door was shut. After like 10, 15 minutes, I'm like, cuzzy, I can legit feel a breeze. Like, the fuck is going on here? Like, it's either inside with us and like the chill is fucking with us, or like there's a door open somewhere. And he's like, nah, no way, I put a pot plant in front of it. He goes back and his door is wide open. And the breeze is so bone chilling, and it's coming through his bedroom door. In through his bedroom, into the lounge where we are. I'm just freaking out. I'm like, the fuck, cuz, have you got white sage? Have you got anything? My cousin's like, I've got an incense stick with some white sage. So he lights it, and he's holding this fucking white sage at the door. And I've never seen anything like this. Like, usually, you know, incense or any sort of smoke sort of goes up. Sometimes it sort of blows off to the distance. This went directly down the incense stick to the floor and then blew away from the room we were trying to put this in. Like, it was as if there was a barrier. Like, it was not going in that room. And so I'm looking at my cousin. My cousin's looking at me. And I'm looking at my cousin. And I'm looking at this incense stick and looking back at my cousin like, bro, the fuck, is that even white sage? And he's like, bro, it is. And so he just throws it. And he's like, I don't even give a fuck if it lights my room on fire at this point. Like, fuck that. And so he throws it. And funnily enough, it set fire to a pile of his clothes in his far corner of his room. And he's like, I don't care. I'll just let it burn. I'll let it fucking burn. Like, it didn't catch like major fire. Like, after like 5-10 minutes, he ran in and put it out. But slams the door shut. And yeah, honestly, I did not sleep a wink that night in the house. And the next night, the next morning, we went down to his mum's house down the bottom of the like 16 acres. And went and got some fucking proper white sage, you know, like the leaves and shit, like bound that up and fucking burnt that all through the house. Oh my God. Worst night's sleep ever. Yeah, that shit's creepy, eh? When I was like 12 or something, I was having these dreams after my nana died that I couldn't breathe and I was being suffocated. But apparently, it was my nana coming to say goodbye, and it was her like pressing on my chest, trying to wake me up or some shit. And then the second that I'd woke, that the next night, I told someone about it, and they were like, "Oh, it's just your nana. She's been coming to say goodnight to everyone." And so apparently I had to sit up that night, and I remember sitting on the end of my bed waiting with an adult, like whoever it was, and they were like, yeah, wait till Nana comes, wait till Nana, here she comes, and you can fully hear the footsteps and everything coming down the hallway. It was creepy as. And then I didn't hear anything or anything. I couldn't even see anything, but you could feel like this weird presence in the room. And then, yeah, I was like, "Ugh," like this heavy feeling. And then I was like, okay, Nana, I love you, goodbye. And I never ever had that feeling again. It was the weirdest thing. It was the weirdest thing. So I just want to hope that it actually was my nana, and whoever the adult was wasn't just talking shit and like letting me get possessed by something back then. But yeah, out of it, how that stuff can happen. Mm. Yeah, that's weird. I have kind of a weird premonition with that sort of stuff too. Like I get like the proper moldy send off that, and it's when I was young, I didn't really heed it. How I was saying earlier, I didn't listen to my wider and stuff a lot more when I was younger. And specifically, one good example, I was painting the Titirangi RSA, like the memorial RSA and stuff for my job. and this fantail flies in. And I knew enough about Māori history to know that it's a message of some sort. It's either bringing death or it's bringing just a message to somebody. But they do two different little dances, you know. It's either the death dance or it's just the fantail dance. Anyway, it was doing its death dance, and I turned around to all my workers, everyone that's working with me, and I was like, someone better call your family because someone's dead. Like 3 minutes later, I get a phone call. And it's my mum, and she was like, "Oh, if you want to see a great auntie alive, you might want to come now." It was like a 4.5 hour drive to get right at the top of the North Island from Auckland, but fuck, boosted up there, eh? Made it before she died. But 9 times out of 10, I've seen a fantail hanging around the week before somebody dies in my family, like my nana, who I looked after, who had dementia. So I looked after her every day for the last 2 years of her life. Watching that decline was not fun, but the last week, every single day, there was a fantail hanging around with it. And I don't just mean like popping in and out, I mean like hanging out with us, you know? And so, like, yeah, I sort of get that weird moldy traditional thing that happens. The name sounds familiar, actually, now you say it, but I'd have to actually have a look. But I've definitely heard of the poor sorry. The Porter Winnies. I choked on my food. Excuse me for that. Terrible. Yeah, I've definitely heard of the surname. Oh, yeah. I feel like I've definitely driven past it. 100%. It sounds familiar as fuck. I cannot eat any more of that. I'm not really good at whakare, which is kind of embarrassing because I've lived up here now for like 4.5 years. But I only go to town, like, if I'm out at my house, I probably only go to town maybe once every 2 weeks if I'm lucky, once a month. Here I go every week because I got the dogs, but I literally just go and do what I need to do. Countdown usually. Sometimes the warehouse when I'm getting some dog treats. Where else do I go? Pack and save for chicken food. That's about it. I guess. And then I'm the fuck out of town. So pretty embarrassing, but yeah, I don't really know town very well at all. And my daddy's like, "Oh, do you want to just shoot into Arnold Franks?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll just Google that. Do you know the address? Never mind, I'll just Google the business." And he's like, "Oh, if you just go down blah 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 off Righty Right to Righty Right, you know, on the way to blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Can you give me like a countdown reference?" Oh, embarrassing. I've traveled most of New Zealand now. Most of it's been traveled on the bones of my ass just so that I could say that I've been there, not necessarily done too much while I'm there, but like packing sort of thing, and like, you know, sleeping in your car and just like making it as far as you can with what you've got at the time that you've got it, you know, and then traveling further when you've come across something else. Or yeah, I've done a lot of that. I haven't been to Wellington. I have not been to Wellington. I've been right at the top of the North Island, and pretty much everywhere that you can think of in between Auckland and the tippity top of the North Island. But when I say that, I mean like every water accessible place, like Pukenui, whatever, Tau Whanawhana Bay, like wherever you want to think of, like if it's been car accessible, I've probably been there. Spirits Bay, you name it. But like central places, like in the middle of the island, I've probably just driven through and driven out of to get to like a beach area or something. But yeah, when I was younger, I made it my mission to travel as to every drive accessible waterway that you could possibly get to, whether it was a lake, a river, whatever. That was my mission when I was like 17 or 18. So I did travel a lot of the North Island back then. And I have been to the South Island. I've flown into Christchurch, driven from there past where I needed to go by 2 hours, not realizing because I didn't take a map because, I just thought, fuck, she'll be right, mate, she'll be right. And ended up driving 2 hours past to Dunedin and then had to backtrack 2 hours and get across the Queenstown in 2 hours' time. And it was a 4-hour drive. Let me tell you, I made it with 2 minutes to spare. And I'm not lying, I made it. But little did I know, when I returned that rental car, I got in so much trouble because on that rental car, if you press the little doodacky what's it on the speedometer enough times, it told you your average trip speed. Did I know cars even had such a thing back then? Fuck no. I drove like a 1990 fucking Mazda 323 turbo at home in Auckland. Like, and here I go hire this Toyota fucking Yaris or something. I don't know. And I drove there off the clock the entire way. From Dunedin to Queenstown, including round Devil's Gorge or whatever the fuck it was called. Like, I boosted that, like, I stole it, and we made it in time, but I got in so much trouble when I returned that. Yeah. Not the day I returned it, no, but I did get a letter saying, like, you are banned from ever hiring from Hertz Hire again because you broke the terms and agreements or whatever the fuck by excessively speeding. They knew, but by the doodacky pushy button thing on the dashboard of the car, it had like, if you press the dash thing, where like most cars, you just press that to reset your trip, your kilometers for your odometer or whatever, you know what I mean? But this one was an electronic one, so you pressed it and it would tell you how many kilometers you had left until you were exactly empty in your tank of gas. It told you your tire pressure on the next one. It told you the temperature when you pressed it again, and then it told you your general like average speed for the trip. So thankfully it didn't tell them the max speed that I traveled for the trip, because then that would have said that I was off the clock. But the average speed for the trip was still like 145 k's an hour or something, because like obviously they had to average out the times that I was going in 50k areas too for my week long that I'd hired it. So on average with the trip from Christchurch to Queenstown and my week of driving around 50k areas in Queenstown, my average was 145k. So I must have been going pretty damn fast. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was banned from Hertz Tires. Hertz? Yeah, the HERTZ one, the green one. Yeah. For 5 years. It was like a nationwide, not even nationwide. They're actually a worldwide brand. Like, I was banned. Hertz banned. Yeah. Imagine if, like, let's say I was a tourist at the time and, like, I was going from here to somewhere else in the country to Australia to America and I'd only hired Hertz vehicles for my trip. I would have been done fucked right out like a rabbit at that point because, like, what could you have done? You would have already paid for your trip, your hire, your bonds, all that shit, and then banned because I sped in New Zealand. Who would have thought that a car has that? Not even my Jeep tells you your average speed. It tells you a lot more than that, though. A lot more. A lot more. There's like 12 button thingy-mabobs, or like 12 options under your button when you press it on the Jeep. It tells you all sorts of shit. Your tire pressure, when your last service was, when your last oil check was. It tells you the temperature. What else does it tell you? Oh, how many how much fuel you're using per kilometer. Also, it tells you how much on average your car uses per the trip that you're doing or whatever. Um, yeah, the compass. It's got a compass in one of the so you could tell which direction you're facing. I guess. I mean, I've never used the option myself because, like, I sort of know my own country and which way I'm facing. But I mean, if you're a traveler, I suppose lost in the bush, maybe you're traveling the Amazon, it might be helpful. But yeah, that's where my car actually gets its name from is the compass. It's like it's like the Grand Cherokee, but it's like a baby Cherokee. My car, yeah. Legit, exactly like a Cherokee, just the baby version. It's just not like a fucking V8, and it's not um what else I have? Full time four wheel drive, and I think they've got like the fall asleep sensors in the Grand Cherokee. So like, if you drop your head down or look in your lap, it starts like beeping and flashing in the interior and weird shit. Mine can flash in the interior, but I turn that shit off because that's fucking annoying. Because like, if I'm reaching for like a cigarette or like to change the playlist, like it starts like flashing and at pitch black, which is when I like to drive at nighttime. It's not really ideal because it is so bright inside that Jeep at nighttime when the lights are on. And how do I know? Because motherfuckers don't know how to shut the door. And that car, if you don't have all the doors shut, or like you think the boot's shut, and you start driving and it's ever so slightly not shut, every light in the car turns on inside the car. So you physically at nighttime cannot drive any further because you can't even see out the windscreen because everything just is reflective inside. It's kind of dangerous, but they say it's one of the world's safest cars. And I mean, to be fair, it kind of is. I did drive it off a bank at 100 Ks, 110 Ks off a bank, like this. And then it hit the ground 2 meters below ground level. And then it started going like this onto the driver's door where it landed flat on the driver's door. And I had to climb out the passenger door to get out the car. That was pretty funny. Pitch black, State Highway 16, 2 o'clock in the morning. Not ideal. But it was either take the route that I took or smash into a fucking cow on the road. And I thought, I'm going to take my chances in the bank, obviously, because that's what I did. To Mickey, that Jeep, the only thing wrong with it, the mirror, and it's still what's wrong with it 2 years, 3 years later. Like, the mirror didn't even come off when it crashed into the bank and fucking on its side. It was when I found somebody who I flagged down 2 minutes later. Funny story about that too. I'd helped him like a year before change a flat tire and offered him my spare tire or whatever and never got it back. And gave him some free weed too for a shitty afternoon. And anyway, so he bumps into me and crashed in a ditch like 2 years later at 2 in the morning. And he's like, hey, actually, before I help you, I'm pretty sure I know you from somewhere. Did you like help me a year ago? And he's like, you gave me some weed and you helped me with the change of tire on the corner of it. And I was like, yeah, bro, that was me. And he was like, oh, yeah, all right. Well, you know, I'm definitely going to help you out. Karma comes back. So, yeah, so he pulled me out the fucking ditch. But the worst part was, like, he pulled me out. That was fine. As he did, though, the mirror came off because, like, obviously dragged it back as it was folded it back outright and then right off. And so we got back out on the road and then I had to go searching for my mirror in the mud and I found that. That's all good. It's still taped back on. Still works fine as. Didn't break the glass, so it's sweet as. But what happened was dragging it out. At the time, it was fine, but I dragged a big rock and I didn't realize into the exhaust. And so I'm driving home, and like it's making a hurrah of a racket because all this mud and shit's flicking out from under the wheels and everything. And it was but I drove okay. Nothing was broken. It was sweet. So I get home like 40 minutes up the road. The dude followed me for like 20 minutes, and that was cool as. So I get home and I go to drive it the next day. So I go to pull out my driveway and it's straight onto a 100K road. And I go to pull out and it's like straight first, it's manual car too, right? So first gear, get to like 1500 RPM, go to drop down to second, get to like 2000 RPM, boo, back down to like 1500 in second gear. And I'm like, what the fuck? What? So I put it back into first gear, like pull hard left, and I'm like, shit, I'm gonna get fucking rear-ended in a minute. Pull hard left, back into first gear, back to 1500, second gear, 2.5 RPM, no, back down to fucking 1500. And I'm like, what the fuck? I had to drive what would normally be a 6-minute drive up the 100k road. It took me like 20 minutes because I was going like 40k's because I couldn't go over 2000 RPM because it had gone into limp mode. I had no fucking idea why, but I had to get to the nearest gas station to find out because there ain't no stopping where I was. So I get to the nearest gas station, having a look, like under, over, around, couldn't see anything at all. And then got to ring my cousin and be like, I have fucked my car, bro. Like, I need a tow truck. Like, the fuck. And as I'm standing there looking at the back of my car, I like sort of like look down and I'm like, no shit. No shit. And I walk up to the exhaust and I fucking get something in there, like this metal coating, and I hook it out. And it was this big ass stone, and I start my car up, take it for a boost around, hit 2000 RPM. It was sweet. I was like, bro, sure, all good. So it handles a beating, that car. Has handled a beating for sure. Probably should look after it a little bit better than I do. Treat it like a farm hack. To be fair, it is a Jeep, right? Sounds like the fucking goat's still outside crying his bloody head off. Fucking wuss, mate. 2 nights inside is too much, clearly. He thinks he's a fucking house goat now. He's like, yeah, let me in. Fucking cat. Tomorrow's jobs will be raiding the farm, rummaging and foraging for some sort of cladding for it. I don't really want to have to go buy nothing from Bunnings. So we'd have to go like foraging and stomping around in the long grass, like dook, 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 and see what goes thud under my foot, and then dig out what it is and see if it could be used for some sort of wall for the goat house. It'll be the third one that I've built for free out of shit just lying around here. And to be fair, if I put 2 of them together, I could probably live in that. They're pretty big, they're pretty decent, and they're way more waterproof than the fucking bus down the bottom that I have to stay in half the time I'm here. Yeah, it was way out here. It was actually further out than here, which is even more bizarre. Like, so from here it's 45 minutes to get to town. From my house it's an hour and 6 minutes, and there's like no one out there. And it was the we know technically who robbed it now, and I had a fair idea the day that I came home because the motherfucking creeps were at the fence, like looking over the fence and shit. And like, I'm quite spiritual, and there was just something sitting on my shoulder telling me that it was these motherfuckers that were staring at me through the fence that had robbed my house and probably come back to try and like get some more shit. But I was already home by that point. But it was actually the PD workers that were conscribed or whatever the fuck to mow the lawns at the local marae. Yeah. And so, yeah, I found out like 6 months after my house was completely cleaned out because the marae got robbed 6 months afterwards, and they took all their water pumps and shit too. Like, yeah, so that's how we found out, because once the marae was robbed, that's when they were willing to go back through the cameras to find out that I was robbed as well, because the police wouldn't really do anything about theirs until they found out that actually, no, they'd actually done significant damage and robbed somebody else next door of like $30,000 worth of pretty much everything they fucking owned. So, yeah, it was pretty ratchet. But even so, like, there was nothing I could do about it. The cops didn't do anything. I didn't get any help from anyone or anything. I just gone back to fucking basics, legit. Like, so when I go home, it's even harder than it is here. Like, I'm literally walking down to my river and bringing up buckets of water because I'm imagining that my pool, I had a swimming pool. I'm imagining it's been 6 months or 8 months since I was home last because I've been here house sitting. So I'm going to imagine that the pool is going to be green as fuck and unusable for any sort of drinking water. And because I don't have any water pumps anymore, I can't pump it and clean it in any sort of way. Um, and unless I throw fuckloads of bleach in there, it's not going to clean it. And if I do that, then it's only good for shower water. I can't drink it because it's got too much bleach in it. So yeah, it's a pretty fucking dire situation to go back to. Literally the basics, like boiling big buckets of water that I've had to trudge up from the river, sieving it after I've boiled it so that I can even shower without having like fucking debris from the creek and shit, you know? Like, yeah, it is hard work when I go home, but I'm gonna hope that, yeah, yeah, I'm gonna hope that it won't be like that for too long once I go home. Put some hard jacket in, and even if I like screw like a fucking tub to the roof of my house and have my plumbing, like my spouting or something, run to that to fill that up, and just have a plug or something in the bottom of it. I don't know. I'm trying to think of outside the gateways to like have a better shower system than this fucking bucket system that I've had going. Because like, yeah, replacing water pumps is one thing to go have to go and buy a pump, but you can't. You need a solar panel. You need batteries. You need wiring to go between those to set that up. You need the hosing to come from the water pump to whatever shower system you have. And that's just pumping cold water. You then need to add your heating supply or your gas system, whatever you have, you know, like it's. So if I just needed a water pump, it'd be fine. I could just go and buy a water pump. But to actually get hot running water set up at my house, if I were to go and buy all those things, I'm looking at spending 2.5 grand again. And I just don't have 2.5 grand. So unfortunately, that's just the way it is. And I just tell myself that those motherfuckers obviously needed it more than me. Which I don't really believe at all. But that's what I tell myself so that I can sleep at night and not booby trap my entire property. So any motherfucker robs it again, they end up with broken legs or something, you know. Yeah, it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough when I go home, which is actually kind of why I avoid it a lot of the time. And you don't really see me at home very often because it's a pretty sad place to be when I had all of that shit set up and I could turn on lights in my house and I could charge because I literally had enough solar power set up to run my whole house and everything. And then to go home and not even have a shower because they literally took my shower too because I had like a Califon set up, like gas thing, you know, like they actually took my whole shower. So like I couldn't even come home and shower, you know, like it's yeah, it was grim. Grim as fuck. And then I couldn't build anything or fix anything because they stole all my power tools too. So anything they left me was like screws and nails, which wasn't really that helpful. No tools to use it. But yeah, I always think as grim and as shit as it's gone back to, it could always be worse, right? It could always be worse. And now when I just tell myself, I'm gonna come home and there's not even gonna be a cabin here. And that way when I go home and my house is still there, I have something to be grateful for. Because the rest of the time I'm gone, I just tell myself it's already gone and I'm just gonna come home to a paddock because, you know, at least then I can be happy about something when I go home. Because otherwise it's pretty grim to go back and know that pretty much your whole everything was taken. It's a pretty shit feeling. Like I said to my mates in Auckland, I was like, it's one thing when you live in the city. Like I've been through a home invasion in Auckland. I know what it's like to have your house robbed and shit. They take TVs, they take your computers, they take your car keys, they take your car. Like all that shit that they could sell it and it's worth money and whatever else. But like when you walk into a fucking paddock that is literally slop and you can see just fucking half cut building shit that's literally like most of it looks like scrap shit anyway that they've like recycled out of somewhere. It's not even like brand new fancy packets like a builder's site. It literally looks like a slop site with some backyard buildings going on and like a dirty ass pool that you can clearly see like a pump and it's pumping into another tank to make cleaner water. Like, would you seriously go rob from them? It's like, bro, what the fuck do they even have, motherfuckers? They don't even have running water. Like, yeah, I don't know. Principles, I guess. They just must have needed it more than me. That's all I can think, really. I still haven't even fixed the window that they broke into my house with. Like, with, yeah, I just haven't been back long enough because when I get back, I'm just like, but I sort of made myself, well, I don't really know what I made myself, but I'm trying to talk myself into the idea of just fucking going home for a week and just fucking either selling everything I've got and just giving it up there, or going back and just actually like fixing the window and just fucking mowing the lawns and like doing some shit there like I should be. I mean, no one can really take much more from there now except for the cabins themselves. It'd be pretty hard to do with the state of the lawns, is what I figure. But yeah, I'm kind of like at that point as to like I need to do something, either do something or don't do it. But either way, if I can do something, I like forever helping everyone else out, and then like my own house, I just think about all the time, and I'm just like. It's pretty hard though. The fucking cabin driver that dropped off my goddamn cabin hit my fence 3 times. Not once, not twice, 3 times. And he smashed both gate posts out of the way. So that's first and foremost how people have had easy access to get in with trailers and shit to like empty my house out. There and the Marae backs right on to the property at the back. And so all they have to do is go down the back behind one of my cabins and then run across the back of that cabin, and it's like a third of the property, and then it's sort of like long grass bush, which I left that part for the dogs to play in when I go home. And the rest of it was mowed, but yeah, they were like sneaking through all the like the long grass and shit. But yeah, not gonna lie, I did go and booby trap that shit. I did go and booby trap that. Like, some places you're like step, and then all of a sudden it's like a hole that's like 30 centimeters deep but like 30 centimeters wide, and then as you trip and stumble, if you reach for anything, I'd like woven gorse and like blackberries and shit through it. Dumbest idea ever. Dumbest idea ever. Like, okay, you're cool for booby trapping, but like now when I go back, I have this gorse and blackberry fucking backyard because that shit just grows like wildfire. And I like, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? Yeah. Yep. So like all behind one cabinet is just like a fucking mine of just horrible weeds that only the goats like. But I can't put the goats down there because of like, that's where I've dug like a what do you want to call it, like a septic fucking hole thing, and I've just got some iron over the top of it. So when we first moved up there, like any wastewater, like anything like that, would empty buckets and shit into that thing, so it would like drain through some shit before it went down to like any waterways or anything. So I wouldn't really want the goats to fall in there now, would I? That would be pretty gross. Although it's probably pretty dry after no one being there for as long as I haven't been there. In like 2 years, I've probably been at my house for like 3 months total. Yeah. Solid effort. And even when I was there, I was like helping the neighbor like 3 doors down, like fucking sort out their house and shit. It just sort of, I mowed the lawns at mine, but I sort of just avoided it at all costs. I mean, yeah, I could definitely use a generator, and it could definitely help me with a lot of things. But again, I did have one of those, a real fucking mean one. But that was the first thing that was stolen. That and the solar panel, and then they solar panels and batteries, and then they came back like 2 days later, and before I could get out of hospital and back up there from Auckland, and then they'd like cleaned out my whole cabin as well. So unfortunately, I did have a generator, but as a backup, so that if I wanted to power both cabins or run a vacuum cleaner, we'd run it off the generator because there's no way you can have enough fucking solar to run it on that unless you're filthy rich. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it takes so much to run like that sort of stuff, or like a big washing machine or something. You know, you need like a generator, so that's what we'd use it for when we're running the machines and stuff. But yes, unfortunately, those things are quite expensive as well. Even for like a decent generator, it's a good. You're looking at like a good 600, I reckon, for like a basic-ish one that could run things. Yeah, solar's expensive. Yeah, it is. I think I originally would probably invested and got like three. I think we had like 3 or 4 340-volt panels and like 4 big batteries, like 4 big 100 amp hour batteries. So that was mean. I can't remember how much exactly that would have cost us because we bought it in bits and bobs as we were like slowly building up. Because first we were in a tent, and so we just got like one panel, one battery, and it was sort of like a setup kit thing which came with a fridge, and so that was like I think like $1,000 or something. And then when we'd built the other cabin, we went and bought another couple of panels and another battery, and then I was given a battery to go with the ones that we had and stuff, and so that was mean. And I think, yeah, I bought the generator off my cousin at that point because that's when we had the 2 cabins, and one of them had carpet, whereas one of them was just like a lino or like fake wood base thing. So we didn't really need a vacuum, but yeah, once we got the other cabin, we sort of needed the vacuum cleaner with the carpet because otherwise it would have just ruined the new carpet. Yeah, I don't know. I'd say probably we had probably like close to 10K worth of like solar and generator and battery and stuff back then. Maybe a bit more. I don't really know. But yeah, generator would be good. That'll probably be the first thing that I'll buy, but then it sucks because like you're using gas again, which one is bad for the environment, and two, it's another expense in town. And if you run out of and you're reliant on something, or you're halfway through something and you run out of gas, then you're kind of screwed, you know. So I mean, again, it would only be able to be used for emergency things or like running a washing load or something like that, you know. Yeah, solar and hydro and stuff, like a hydro setup. That's ideally what I'd like to set up is hydro, because we've got like running water and stuff. But yeah, again, that requires like money that I just don't have right now. But I feel like that'll be the way to go, setting up like a hydro setup, hey, because you've always got running water down there at the river, whereas you don't always have sunlight. Or even like have your solar, like a basic bitch solar feed, and then have your hydro supplement your solar so that you never run out. That'll be the way to go, I think. But yeah, nah, solar and shit's not cheap. Not cheap. So I was very gutted when it was all stolen. And because when we first moved up here, there was no insurance for tiny homes or anything like that at that point either. Whereas now there's like some smaller insurance companies, and a couple of the big ones will sort of like tailor make something for you, but even then not all of your shit is covered if it's not locked down and blah blah blah. Like solar panels, depending on how you've mounted them, don't classify as locked down, and like yeah, it gets kind of hard and finicky as to what you have secured or whether you've left open for other people and stuff like that. It's yeah, it is hard having tiny homes, living tiny. You need to just put things in really inaccessible places or have security, you know. And I've got cameras and stuff now. Wrong, and I've got like a Wi-Fi fucking solar panel thing set up that I need to set up to run them, but I just haven't been home long enough to actually implement them really, which is ridiculous because like why the fuck did I buy them? But yeah, as I said, I'm just at that point and I'm just like figuring out whether I fucking just sell it all up out there and get rid of it all and fucking invest the money that I've got after doing that. Maybe somewhere here at my cousin's, or maybe, you know, or just bite the bullet, suck it up, use what I've got, and carry on where I left off, basically. Yeah. But one day in the next month, I'll do like a short or like a live feed or something out there, so that I'll do a poll and see what you guys think. Whether I should keep building out there or whether I should fucking bugger off and do something else. See what you guys think about the place, but it's probably just my own state of mind with it. Yeah, even generators, I haven't looked one up in a while, but I'm pretty sure you're looking at like, you can get like tiny ones for like a couple $100, I suppose, but you need something that's going to at least run a couple of appliances, you know, because there's no point running a generator just to run one thing. It's just a waste of time and money. I feel anyway. If you're going to run it, you might as well max it out and be able to like charge all your shit up at the same time, or like power your house and run your fucking washing machine, you know? Do a few things with it, not just like plug it in for the toaster like my dad with his little generator. Oh, what a waste of gas. Like, just fucking cook your toast on the fire. Straight up. Cook it on the fire. Cook it fucking over the same gas you're having your jug on. Like, turn the generator on for some toaster. Seems a little bit excessive to me. Yeah, I don't know. We all have our priorities in life, I suppose. His is toast. Oh, one of those other flavors of juice is blueberry too, by the way. I only know because the bro message and he said that one expires in 3 months, so you got to use the blueberry first. I didn't even know they expired, cuz. Yeah. Yeah, that just pumps cold water though. There's a few of those. Trying to think of the name. There's one of them that you see all the time on Facebook and shit. It's like blue and white. There's a few of those, but yeah. So you could also get something called a Califont, Califont. So you plug like from your cold water tank, you run your fittings into the bottom of that thing, and then you plug an LPG bottle into the machine, and you flip the switch, and then you plug your shower head that you shower with into the other side, and once you flick the switch on, as soon as you activate water, it'll run through that thing, and once that water hits, because you turn the switch on, as soon as that water hits the element, it instantly heats that water. And on the outside of it, the only pain in the bum with these things, because this is what I had before, the only pain in the bum with it is that on the Califont itself, you can adjust the temperature. So it's got summer and water heating. So obviously it's a bit more windy, so it gives it more gas, but it's still supposed to hold the same heat. So in summer you use less gas because you obviously on the summer thing, so you turn it down a bit. But yeah, you can adjust it from say like 20 degrees to say up to 49 degrees, I think it is, or 50 degrees. Some of them max out at. So that's pretty fucking hot. Like that's dishes worthy hot. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, that's instant hot water. But again, it does use gas. It doesn't use that much. Like we would go through probably 1 9 kilo LPG bottle with the four of us, maybe a month. showering, and that's including giving the dogs water and using that water to fill up the jugs and stuff, so that it was like semi-heated before we put it on the gas to save on gas like that, because it's instant hot water like that out the Califont. Whereas when you boil your jug on the gas, it still takes time to heat it. It's not instantaneous. So yeah, you'd have like 50% boiled water out of that sort of thing, because at 50 degrees. Yeah, they're pretty mean. You can, like, sometimes you can get some cheaper ones from places like J-Car and what's the other one? Oh god. I can't even think what it's called. Burns Co, I think it's called. Basically owned by the same people, but they sell them too. Sometimes they do some pretty decent discounts. You can pick some up for like $350, and that's definitely going to be the first thing. If I do decide to go home and get set up, that will be the first thing that I go and do, because I still have a gas bottle, so I don't need to go and buy a new gas bottle. I just need to fill it up, and if I have one of those, I am sure if I rummage around in all my shit at home, I'll have enough fittings that I'll be able to set up at least a shower, so then I can at least do some dishes and, have a hot shower and just do basic things. But still, even just to go home and have to spend like $350, $400 to go home and have the basics, still not have charge or power, like, it's a pretty gay feeling. It's a pretty shit feeling, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at. It's either a basic bitch generator, which then you're spending at least $50 to $80 a week on gas to run, charge, and power your shit. And it cost me $50 to drive into town there and back. Yeah, so the different liters is how much it flows per minute. So that will be like a 5 liter per minute flow rate, that one that you're looking at. So just to put that into perspective, a bucket that you buy from like Bunnings or whatever for $2, a 9 liter bucket, just a standard one, like, that's 9 liters. That's almost double the amount of liters that is going to put out in a minute. So if you want to humor yourself tomorrow during the daylight, go fill yourself up fucking 2.5 milk bottles to give yourself 5 liters, and time yourself. Pour that into a bucket over the time of a minute, and imagine washing your hair out in that flow of water, because it's not much water. So to make that amount of water span a minute, like, you're not getting very much pressure out of the head. Like, but to be honest, like, I think the first Califont I had was only like 6.5 liters a minute, and it was sufficient. It would take, like, because I got quite long hair, it would take me probably 15 minutes just to wash my hair, to make sure that all the soap was out, But I have unlimited water when I'm at home. That's the only fortunate thing, because I have the river, or like the creek and stuff, that I can pump water up from. So I don't need to worry about running out of water. It's just the cost of like the gas to run things. So the less amount of water per minute, the longer it's got to run, because the more flow you need when you want to wash your entire body. But then also, yeah, if you're on limited water flow, you want to use one that is lower, because you may not have the water. Like, some of them boost out like 15 liters per minute, and more. Some of them have gallon rates. It's amazing. But yeah, some of them can feel just as good as a normal freaking shower. But yeah, the only downside to them is that the temperature control thing for them, as you're looking at, they got the dial and stuff on it. You can't have that doodacky gadget inside the same room as you if you want a sealed shower. So if you want 4 walls in that shower, you need to drill a hole through the wall, have that Califont on the outside, adjust the temperature before you get in or whatever, or just have it set to a average temperature for everyone and leave it like that. Because Otherwise, you're getting in and out the shower to try and adjust anything. You can't, if it's inside with you, you can be gassed to death because it's a gas caliphon, you know? So you literally cannot have it. We had it in the same room as us in our shower, but the shower that I built was 3-sided. So it had 3 solid sides, and then the caliphon was recessed into one of those walls, but slightly further away from us, had vents at the top of it, and also the entire back of it, there was no wall, there was no curtain, because it was out to the bush, which we owned, and there was no one out there for miles, you know what I mean? So it was like looking out to the bush when you're showering. It was really cool, and we had a roof and stuff, so you would dry. You didn't get rained on, but you could stand out and watch the rain in the field and stuff. It was cool. So we didn't have to worry about being gassed to death in that one. Yeah, that's right. They get quite expensive. They get quite expensive. But to be fair, if you want a decent shower, you want to be looking around 10 liters. But if you just want a shower that's just going to be a shower to get you by for a year or so till you can, you know, figure out where you permanently want to base your shower or how you want to build whatever you want, you know, like you just get the basic bitch. Because it still heats your water and does what it's supposed to do. It just takes a little longer to wash that shit out because you just don't get as much water as quickly. Yeah. Definitely better than the sack on a wall with a tube coming out the bottom. They're supposed to leave in the sun for like 6 hours to get warm or whatever the fuck, you know? Those are either scalding hot, so you actually can't use them and you actually have to let them cool down, and then you generally let it cool down for too long and it's like cold. Or you go to like flick the thing to like make it, and then the whole thing comes and it just pours all the water on you in like 2 seconds and your shower's over. We had a few of those at first, and none of those were any good. None of them. In fact, we started filling up like a massive plastic rubbish bin, you know, the ones that you put the lid on and you got the 2 clamps either side, like those ribbed ones. Yeah, I just started like spending like the last 2 hours of my day filling that up with clean, fresh sieved water and then boiling it on the stove and like pouring it back in to like reheat it. Like, that's all right. Afterpay. That's that thing where you pay it in like 4 payments or whatever, eh? Or 6 payments or some shit like that. I don't have any of that stuff. I don't even have a credit. Like a, you know what I mean? Like I don't. Oh yeah, 8 weeks. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think I've seen advertising and stuff for it. One of my exes did do an afterpay thing. Oh no, it wasn't the afterpay one. It was another one, a Zip one or something, in my name years ago, and then they never even paid it. That doesn't affect me now because it's like years and years ago. But they never even paid it, and I didn't know about this until I went to use my debit card, to help a bro out who, whatever, I can't even remember, like needed help with their payment or something, and I was like, I couldn't link it to their card, and then my partner, I was like trying to link it to their one to like make a payment on it. I was like, sorry, this is already linked to a Zip account, and I was like, what the hell? I don't even have one. Like, yeah, it was trippy. Oh yeah. How do you crack that so that they give you like extra payments? Have you just done it for a while, or like you built up enough like rapport with them or whatever for them to let you do it for longer? Oh, yeah. Okay, I got you. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, yeah. What company was it that you said that had that? Did you say? I think you said it was a Challenger brand or something, but oh yeah, I think I've heard of them. I think I might. I think. I think I might have bought a tent through them years ago. I'm just trying to think. Did I? Feel like they have a shop in like Avondale or something. Maybe. Is it Avondale? Oh god, I can't even remember. Yeah, I'm like really trying to like rack my brain thinking about that one. I feel like I remember picking up a tent. Maybe it was when we first moved up north. I can't remember. That was gone. Marine deals. And it got me stuck on that one. Why does it sound so familiar? Is that like an online only shop or do they actually have shops, like stores? Turn the blanket on, Wizzy. Here, bum boy. Have the blankies. You're a cute one, Coda. Put the blanket on one dog and the other one's like, what about me though? Oh yeah. I really feel like I've shopped with them before. I feel like I bought like a massive like 3-room tent. Was a while ago. Coda, why are you looking at the camera? She's looking that. Oi, weirdo. Coda. Hey. Don't moan at me, Dick. What's your plans for the rest of the evening tonight? Anything exciting? Fuck, I can't wait for this cough to go away. Oh, that's kind of you to offer. That's kind of you to say something like that. I'm sure I will figure it out when I decide what I'm doing about going home anyway. Or worst case, I'll rig up like a bucket system or something that fucking something that does the trick temporarily anyway to get me through. I mean, what did they do back in the fucking 1800s? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. We ain't always had water that comes out the bloody walls. you go, code up. It's the goat. It's alright. Bloody dog and the cat are like at the window. It's okay. Do you want to go out there and look? It's just the goat. Hey, it's the goat. It's okay. Calm down. Bloody hell. Yeah, it does. Yeah, they come with all that stuff, yeah. Well, they're supposed to anyway. My first one, I had to like complain to them because it didn't come with the fitting that goes from the bottom of that to your actual gas bottle. And I was like, I went to Bunnings, I went everywhere I could, and I was trying to find this one stupid fitting. Could I find it for the life of me? No. So I finally took the goddamn thing back and I was like, bro, this shit's broke. And they were like, oh no, it's just missing this little. Thanks, guys. Cheers, mate. Cheers. But yeah, it does. It goes with like a shitty little plastic one that's like a meter long, but fuck, it's alright. It does a trick. We do actually have loads of shower heads between me and my cousin. Just only a shower here now recently. We just got an actual shower set up here now recently. That's it. I don't know if you've seen earlier when I was showing the shower. That's what the Califont thing is, where those shower heads were coming out of the wall on the other side of that tin shed. I'll show you in daylight, but there's a Califont there. And it's in the stupidest place because like my cousin's boyfriend's so fucking smart. So like if anything goes wrong, you've got like this gap like this between two sheds where you're supposed to be able to get to and like fix anything. Yeah, fucking right. No, you cannot. So yes, we had some major water issues here like last week and the week before. I was running around like a madman trying to fucking fix that, but I finally managed to sort that out. So the water's, touch wood and cross my fingers, hopefully fixed. Yeah, then there's actually two Califonts here. There's one on the shower shed on the back of it, and then one where the kitchen is, but I don't know what Josh did to that. It was brand new and it just doesn't fucking work. So I've never bothered to have a look at it because it's not mine. And as long as there's one working here, I don't really care because that's better than my house where there's none. So yeah, we have one working hot water fucking supply here now. And so that makes 3 working taps here. 2 cold. Wait, 4. 4 working taps here. 3 cold and 1 hot. Because in the kitchen, there's one for the sink area so you could like have cold water to wash your dishes or your hands. And then underneath that, if you want to fill up buckets, there's like this other thing that you can turn on so you can fill up buckets. And then there's one right next to the toilet shed so you can obviously wash your hands when you come out of the toilet. And now, finally the fucking shower's hot. So after like 2 weeks of cold showers, baby wipes, or like the 3 times I could really be bothered actually just boiling hot water, it wasn't fun. 2 weeks of that. So I decided, no, I'm fixing it. And I actually really only fixed it because Alex, the dude down the road, needed to borrow the wrench. Because it was like a big, gigantic wrench, like fucking huge, honestly, like kill a dinosaur with that kind of wrench. And we were down there trying to take the wheel nuts off his tractor engine thing for a sawmill. It's huge. The wheels are nearly bigger than me. And so we're there trying to take the wheel nuts off. And I don't know why he wasn't using any leverage and like putting a longer bar on and like stepping back and pulling it. He's trying to use a fucking tiny little wrench. Well, it wasn't tiny, but compared to the wheel, it was tiny. And he ended up breaking the whole like mouthpiece off the wrench. So I was like, I'm pretty sure we got one up at my cousin's house. I'll go get it. And I was like, I better fix the water before I give him this because if he done breaks it, then I'm fucked. And that's probably the only wrench around here that's any good. So yeah, I fucking fixed the water before I lent it to him. And I still haven't seen it back, so it's lucky that I did fix the water first, or I probably still wouldn't have water now. Yeah, not ideal. Don't lean your tools out. No, I know I'll get it back. If I go down there, I'd get it back myself, but I haven't been down in a couple of days. Carrot, why must you do that? I don't know if you can see, but she's like, she does this puppy thing where she still needs. Oh, it's pretty dark, man. Blanket's fully in her mouth. She stopped for the camera, but she was like kneading the bed and like chewing on that shit. My plans are go for a last final wander as I do every evening and make sure all the animals are where the animals are supposed to be and things. And then, you know, make sure none of the goats are in the middle of the yard or fucking each other off and stuff. Just do like a little walk through, make sure they've all got some hay and stuff for the night, and throw this cat outside because he's taken to just pissing in the house for some fucking reason. I don't really know. So I make sure he's out, and then probably tidy up from dinner and make some muesli for the morning. You know, like overnight sort of thing. Chop up some berries, throw in a fucking cup and with some milk or whatever for the night, and yeah, that way it's ready for 4 a.m. because that's what time I have to get up. Well, I don't have to get up. No, I have to get up then. I was gonna say I don't have to, but no, I don't. I can't not get up then because the animals are so fucking annoying. The chickens and roosters are literally a meter away from me where I am right now. So from 4 a.m., they think it's time to crow. So yeah. Probably put on a podcast and watch some freaky shit. And then you go to sleep. Oh, what is the time? Yeah, I'll probably be asleep by like 9:30, I'd say. Usually go to sleep pretty early with such an early get up. Animals. Not the dogs. It's the chickens and the goats actually that are more the handful. The chickens and the roosters kick off from anywhere from like 3:30, 4 o'clock. And once they start, the goats start like about an hour afterwards because I think they just have a fucking of listening to the roosters. So they're just like screaming at the world like, is anybody gonna get up and shut these guys up? Yeah. Yeah. And then once the goats start, the dogs and stuff start stirring, cats start scratching at the door like, yeah, you're gonna get up soon, and yeah. Hey Cody, it's usually we're up by 6, aren't we? Walking in the bush by 8. Yeah. We didn't go for a walk today though. She's a bit bummed out, I think, because they didn't catch a possum. She's giving me evil eyes now. Yeah, no possums today, hey. Not that she needs it because she's a fat shit, but you know. She'll tell you otherwise. She will most definitely tell you otherwise. Yeah, I have no idea what podcast I'm gonna watch, but probably a Mr. Ballin. Have you heard of him? He's pretty funny. I watch his weird ones. He posts up places people shouldn't have gone, but they went anyway, and creepy things like that. And I mean, sometimes they're pretty graphic, pretty messed up stories, but sometimes they're pretty funny. Sometimes they're pretty out of it. Or stories that you can't believe happened that actually did and stuff. Yeah, I like good stories like that. So I'll probably put one of those on while I pot around and make muesli and tidy up and shit. Then kick the dogs over to their side of the bed so that I can make my side of the bed because, well, my side of the bed's like a quarter of it on the edge, and the other two dogs take up more than 3/4 of the bed. Actual. Coda like lies from one end of the bed up between your legs or on them. So you either have to lie completely on your side and she'll like scooch in behind, or if you're on your back, she'll like force her way between your legs. And then Wazzy just paces backwards and forwards all through the night. Like just gets up and swivels round, then moves a bit more, swivels round. Yeah, he's a I don't know how my cousin and her son share his madness. I mean, I know he's only like 7 or something, but like still, with these two dogs, it's just I don't know how they fit. Did you just lick my foot, you fucking weirdo? Why did you lick my foot? Weirdo. Why are you giving me big eyes? Is it bedtime, Baba? Go to sleep then. You can't lean on that. No, you can't lean on that. You can't lean on that. Oh, God. Yes, animals. So fucking needy. As I say, she's like laying on my foot now. After licking my foot. The fuck? Hey, dog. This dog has the littlest face for a big ass. Straight up. The littlest face. I'm sorry, did that hurt your feelings? Did that hurt your feelings? Or hurt your little feelings? Cute bum. She's like, don't look at me. It's bedtime. Okay. Alright, well, I'm going to have this last cone, and then I'm going to go clean up dinner and do a few other things. But I will catch you next time, and I'll definitely be in the next few days and arrange getting you these vape liquids. God. Where is the light? All right. need to go to the toilet, Coda? Where's he? Doesn't he go ways outside? No, because you're going outside. Say goodbye, little kitty cat. Goodbye, little cat. Come on in, Cody. Go for wee wees. Yeah, you alright, LB? Ready, Bubba? Stay in your house. No! Coda! Shut up. You know what's going on over here, big boy? Where's the bed? It is bed time. Right up. You. Good boy, where's he? Go wee wees. Come on, Cody, let's go outside. Come on. Come on, dogs. Come on. Yeah, everyone's in their houses. Come on. Come on, oh boy.